Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tell Me Why. So now we are in the final chapter. Okay, this is part 2. It was getting kind of like a little bit like, are we at the end? Are we not? But this is definitely, I'm gonna long haul it. It is what it is. But we just found out that that man who loved oh my gosh, what is her name? The one who loved Anne Marie, who loved our mom. He's not our dad. But I already told you guys that. I told you it would be way too obvious that he would be the dad. It's either the guy who's probably running for mayor or something like that. The one who owns the grocery store. Oh, it could be the one who owns the grocery store. Drama. Maybe that's why she really called CPS, because she was getting too close to her husband. Maybe she was doing a little something strange for some free food. Maybe. It makes sense, you know? Maybe he took advantage. I don't know. And it would hurt his campaign. His wife would leave him. That was her best friend. It's a lot of drama. I could see it. I could see that. And he did come to the house to see if we knew something. Kind of. He was checking. He was feeling he was checking the temperature, as they say. He was checking the temperature to see if we suspected him of burning or trying to burn down the barn yesterday. Okay. I, on the other hand, am still hoping it's Uncle Eddie. Okay. I think Uncle Eddie might actually be Daddy Eddie. We don't know. Let's see. But then again, he's kind of young, right? They're not the same age. I don't know. You don't know. Maybe that's why he really took the kids, right? Because they're really his. That's why he paid for Tyler's tuition. Maybe that's, why he's still so close with the Alyson. I don't know. We don't know. But Alyson is bugging out. She's having a lot of guilt. And I don't know. She's entitled to her own feelings. That was when she was a child, and honestly, it happened. Get some therapy about it. I love Michael. Freaking love Michael as a character. Anyway, let's get into it right now. And let me check. To see if we can hear me. Mic is on.
Got everything you need, by the way?
Yeah, I'm good.
Man, I'm so gonna miss this.
Miss what?
Just hanging out and fishing and... I'm not gonna have a lot of time after we move to Juneau with school and the JC and everything.
Right.
So did any of the people you came up with at Fireweed land in Juneau?
Oh, I'm not sure. Once they left, I never really kept in touch.
Really?
Oh, I was here.
People came and went a lot. And besides, everyone moves on eventually, right?
Not everyone. Not people who get so close they're like family.
I already have a family.
Well, there's a reason we think of families as trees. They keep on sprouting new branches and...
Oh, hey, I think I've got a bite.
Tyler's
You
so
got
bummed,
this.
and it
Reel 'em in.
shows. Michael's just trying to have some conversation. He ain't giving him none of
Come
it.
on, pull up on the rod. Reel him in.
I got it. Slippery little. Got it.
Bravo.
First of many.
Okay, Michael,
Pace
let's get
yourself.
comfortable.
It's a
Okay.
marathon, not a sprint.
You gotta sound me twice.
Thanks, Sensei.
Oh, hey, did you want to make solid plans to hit the buzzard hole? The river might ice over soon, so we shouldn't wait too long.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
What's the buzzard
I
hole?
was planning to go Saturday. I'll pick you up on the way out.
Cool. I'll set
Ooh.
my alarm to ass crack of dawn.
Ass crack of dawn? Okay.
You got anything good in there?
Maybe, but who says I'm willing to share?
Okay, fine, be that way. You have this whole fancy bag just for ice fishing?
You don't mix and match. Ever.
Jeez, you don't mess around, do you?
Told you earlier. I'm a very serious man.
Alright, here we go.
You don't mix and match? What does that mean? I don't get it.
Now give it a nice pull.
This is what I envision that other game, that hiking game that Do Not Nod has. I'm like, oh my gosh. Just hiking.
Okay.
Yours really good though.
Okay. How about them apples?
Nice job. So, you weren't all talk.
Exactly.
Impressed.
I only see 2 fish in my cooler.
For now. So, about last night. I don't know what Alyson said, but from my side, well, I thought we were on the same page. But it turns out we weren't.
Hey, so don't tell her I told you, but last week your sister was almost unbearable. She
Really?
was jumping up and down with excitement at you coming back.
Really?
You better believe it. Look, the last time you saw each other, you were kids. Just because things have changed doesn't mean you can't work it out.
I know. It's probably my fault.
Yeah,
really
he's
pushed
kind
her
of
last
pushy.
night. I just don't get why she always has to run away from everything.
She's the
You
one
blame
who
her?
killed your mom. She probably
Avoiding the
feels really
problem doesn't make
sad.
it go away. She's so fixated on selling the house. It's like she's trying to bury the past.
Okay, avoiding the problem doesn't make it go away, but sometimes it could give you enough rest so you can gain your strength to face it, right? Facing the problem without adequate resources or support isn't always the best strategy, you know? That's like, well, God forbid there's a fire, but let me just rush to the fire. Like, it would be best if maybe you had like your fire blanket, you had a fire extinguisher, maybe some sand or whatever, come with some resources. So, I could see both sides of the story, but it's like, Tyler, you push, and it's just like, what support does she have? Your conversations about pushing some more? Like, it's like we find something out and it's like, woo, nope, let's keep going. We got to find out more. And it's like, it's the levels just keep going up and up and up. Like, chill out, relax, let's take a breather. And like, I get it.
All of it. Even the good parts.
Look, I'm not picking sides here. Okay, but she's been murder house girl ever since it happened.
Wow.
Now she's got a chance to put it behind her and start fresh.
Oh, okay, I got you. That's
Shit,
why she wants to
I'd
really
be pretty
leave.
eager too.
I was the kid who killed his mom. I didn't really think about that. He didn't.
I guess I didn't really think about that.
He didn't.
I've been so focused on my own shit.
Yeah.
It's been hard,
It's hard on
Figuring out how
everyone,
to
Tyler.
Out here.
You mean outside of fireweed?
We're
Yeah.
all trying to figure out
When I
something.
first
We're
got
all
there,
going through
all
something,
I could
Tyler.
think about was getting out. It felt like a cage. But after a while, it started to feel more like a shell. I figured out who I was in there. But now I've got to work out how to be that person out here.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, none of us really know what we're doing. Like, shit may look bleak now, but your sister's never gonna give up on you.
Exactly.
And you can lean on me too if you want. Just be
Ooh.
careful, okay? Got a bad left shoulder.
Aww.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks for listening.
Don't mention it.
If you don't scoop up Michael, you don't know what you're doing with your life. Okay, scoop up Michael. Okay, listen, that's game for free. Okay, Michael's really into you. Okay.
So, what are you gonna make with what we catch?
Hey, you got me figured out.
Exactly.
Slice of fresh fish, topped with garlic, pesto, walnuts, just a drop of olive oil. Pure perfection. As my partner in crime, you're entitled to a cut.
Works for me, partner.
Ooh,
Don't you say anything. I got this.
ooh, we got us a cook, girl. Okay.
Don't let it escape.
Easy. Oh. Whoa. Bam. 3 out of 3.
Well played. I got nothing. That was clean.
I'm a little disappointed. Can I ask you something kind of weird and maybe hard to answer?
Weird
Oh,
and kind of hard to answer my
wow.
jam. What's up?
How'd
Ooh.
you know you were ready to trust anyone enough to put yourself out there?
Okay. Yeah, that is a hard question.
Told you.
There's not really two ways about it.
I think you get tired of pretending to be something or like being quiet about something that is just you. It's just so natural. I would just assume like there's only so many conversations that you could be in where you don't really voice your authentic opinion. Like if you want to talk about other guys and how cute they are, I mean like why hide that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Like, and to the point where you just don't care what anyone thinks. Like, okay.
That you got to be willing to take a hit. Look, I stopped listening to the entire indie folk genre just because I was dumped at a show once. But I put myself back out there just like everyone who's ever gotten their heart stomped on. Because when you meet someone who really sees you, you don't have to pretend anymore.
It's just not for me. How I tell you with that?
And you're still interested in being that someone? Even after all the shit that's happened?
Hey, I've got baggage too. I think it's worth a chance. Don't you?
We're in total agreement.
I think we're in
Locked
total
in.
agreement.
Yeah?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Sarah
I
Hill.
get this feeling like I could say
Ew,
or do
how are
anything with
you?
you, and
Oh,
it'd be
mic
cool.
on, but no reply. Oh
feel
my gosh, I hear
safe.
you now. I see you.
are.
I see you.
Because your sister would kill me if I did you dirty.
Yeah, she would.
So, doesn't look like you're catching anything with that. You want me to show you how it's done?
Go for it.
Hey, hey, girl. All right. Let's see. Wait, what are we looking at? How's your night?
Hey,
Okay.
you're missing the show.
Is he naked? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be something else. What's the show? Hello, make this move.
You okay?
Okay. My night is going bad because I'm sick right now. Hopefully it's not COVID, girl. I was sick right before Christmas. That sucks. It don't really matter. Just being sick in general really sucks, to be honest. Girl, I hope it's something you could sleep off and wake up in the morning and feel just right. You know, and instead of like throwing up and stuff like that. No. I hate being sick. But there's some sickness, like when you're really sick, like vomiting, diarrhea, like, when you're so sick, your throat is, like really, what is it called? Like sore throat. I don't like that type of sick.
So,
No thanks.
yeah.
Yes.
But I'm still
one
doing
way
some
to
of my
put it.
client work.
Hey, Allie.
You can't take a
I
nap.
think
Maybe you
I'll
could take a
just
nap and
show
wake back
myself
up.
out.
Okay,
That's me. That's the type of
call
person.
me later.
You know I will.
Ooh, we gotta have a talk. Look it, that's your sister. Come on now.
Sorry for interrupting.
Oh no, you didn't interrupt
No,
anything.
it's totally fine. We were done anyway.
Catch anything?
Mostly ice, but yeah.
Tyler, I'm sorry for freaking out yesterday. All of this, it's just been really hard on me.
Don't apologize. I was being an asshole. We should have never pushed
Yeah,
you that
you
hard.
were. I wouldn't say you're asshole. You're just being pushy. Okay, there's a difference. That's just your personality. You're kind of pushy, but you gotta check it sometimes.
God, why did I miss you so much? It's only
Because
been a
it's your
day.
brother.
I've been told I have that effect on people.
You don't know. Okay, so I need to show you something.
Ooh.
What?
What do you want
You're
to show
kind of
me?
weirding me out.
Can we sit down for a sec?
Yes. Oh.
So, what is it?
I was just at Sam's. He's not our father.
How do you know?
I asked him, point blank.
And you believe him? Arson's not his style. Who am I? I'm Alyson, or...
And you took his word for it?
He was crazy in love with
so it's
Marianne.
Tyler.
Whoever set that fire was doing damage control. And Sam's nothing but damage.
I guess he really doesn't have anything left to lose, does he?
There's something else. Look at this. This was taken in 1992 when Marianne first moved to Delos Crossing. See that ladder? Sam told me the barn has a loft. He helped her build it. Apparently she never told anyone about it.
And it's still there?
As far as he knows, yeah.
Okay, he looks like the guy from Roseanne, the husband from Roseanne. Yesterday when I was looking at the picture, I just kept looking at him and I was like, oh, he looks like Roseanne. I never saw the ladder.
What do you think? Should we give it a shot?
We've come this far. And a hidden loft? That's got secret shit written all over it.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Tyler, you first. I'm just worried because it was set on fire yesterday. How do we know that the boards are strong enough? How do we know there's not wood
Ugh,
rot?
what a mess. That's not gonna help us get this house sold.
Yeah, we got our deadbeat dad to thank for that.
So obviously the ladder's gone, but what about that handle? Is it still here somewhere?
A handle? What a
You want to
fixer-upper.
take another look at the picture? It might help.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
I thought I saw something red over here, but guess my mind's just playing tricks on me. I thought I saw something red over... No lever. Man, this place is a mess.
If there was ever a time to find a magic portal.
Why does it keep saying look up there? Okay. It's probably in this room. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna lie. It actually is kind of a messy area. I don't know. Okay, so maybe the lever is outside. Why am I zooming around like that? It's make me dizzy. Okay, let's see. Look. Oh, look at that.
Just a regular old light switch.
Okay.
Nothing here.
Okay. Come on. Okay, wait, come on.
For a second, I thought there might be another secret stash down here, but just a loose plank.
Okay.
The handle should be behind this.
Ah, there it is.
Huh? Okay.
It's opening up.
The secret keeper always did store all the best secrets in the clouds.
Yep. Come on, let's find a way to climb up there.
Okay, I saw a ladder outside. Did y'all not see that? Okay, so we can't use that one. Okay. Can I see the picture again? Because I didn't see that lever over there, but whatever.
Well, that's way too high to jump. You want to give me a leg up?
I'm so not touching your nasty shoes. We'll find a ladder.
I'm so not touching your nasty shoes. Gotcha. That'll be my first thing too. I'll be like, okay, take off your socks. And then I'll toss the shoes up there too. Oh my gosh, what is this? This looks like something from the Lost Records. Like, what? It's giving Lost Records vibe.
Can you see anything?
Nope. Nada.
Oh, is this where they used to play? What nightmares are made of.
Here, found a switch.
Once upon a time, there was a young princess who...
Holy shit. Well, that shaved a few years off my life.
Felt hopeless?
Whoa.
Is it dress up and all this stuff time? I don't like doing this kitty stuff. But okay, let's go.
Her story.
Look, she left us something.
It's got a combination lock with letters.
Do you think she hid the code somewhere in all this?
Knowing Mary Ann, probably.
Well, you want to do this?
Yeah. Let's start here.
I do like how the birds in the window frame. I don't know if that's painted. That's fire. That is fire though, for sure. Okay, I want to see the lock. Let's see what info.
Do you have any idea what the code might be?
No. So we should probably see if Mary Ann hid anything before we...
I don't get this one. What's the deal with the tiara?
No clue. Princess never wore a tiara in any of the drawings Mary Ann did with us.
There, she finally found happiness. Set down, set down.
Crafty goblins go here. That's the pious pelican spot. Moonhag's gotta be imprisoned in her lake. The Mad Hunter, always on the princess's trail.
Two I didn't find. Okay.
Why are these pictures from the Book of Goblins here?
I don't know. Hey, I want to take a crack at this one before we try to figure out any others. Recognize this?
Yeah. It's from the story where the goblins tricked the Mad Hunter.
It looks like it, but it's different, right? Can you check the book?
Sure.
Here it is.
Okay.
Why do you think she changed the picture?
I don't know. Maybe it's a message. Like, the differences between the two mean something.
Something about Marianne, right? Since she's the princess?
Yeah. Why don't we try to find them all and then see if it makes any sense?
Okay, that's not bad. I'd 100% will read a fantasy or folk tale rather than play a LARP. I 1000% will do this. But why is this a big part of this game? Whatever. Once upon a time, in a castle beyond an ancient deep forest, the Mad Hunter was punished by the Gold Lady for failing to return with the wise princess. So the Mad Hunter was punished by the Gold Lady for failing to return with the wise princess. For your failure, said the Gold Lady, I will take your left hand. You will return to the ancient and deep forest and hunt the wise princess. And if you can bring her back, I will return your hand to you. Fail again, and I will take your right hand. The Mad Hunter could hunt with his right hand, but if he lost both his hands, he would never be able to hunt again and would no longer be a Mad Hunter, but only a Mad Man. So the Mad Hunter returned to the ancient and deep forest, searching with his piercing eye for the wise princess. The crafty goblins were out searching for mischief when they saw the Mad Hunter on the prowl. We cannot let him find the princess, said the goblins, and so they devised a plan. It was wash day, and the princess had hung her beautiful gown out to dry. They stole it from the line and stuffed it full of straw. And then returned to where the Mad Hunter was scouring the paths of the forest. As the Mad Hunter turned down the path, they would have led him to a big wooden house. The goblins danced the straw princess in and out of view in the opposite direction. The ruse worked. The hunter fixed the piercing eye on them and followed. Through the day and into the night, they led him away from the true princess. As night fell, the crafty goblins realized the error in their plan. The Mad Hunter was now hunting them. If he caught them, he would not be kind. So they put their heads together to come up with a plan. It did not take them long to realize where they should go. They led the Mad Hunter to the edge of the deep and icy lake, and when he came into view, they weighed the fake princess down with stones and dropped her into the frigid water, careful not to plunge into the depths themselves, lest the moon hag take her revenge on them. The Mad Hunter removed the clothing and dove in after the fake princess. He followed the shape of the sinking princess deep into the chilly water down below where the ice covered the lake's surface. Finally, he caught her. But when he spun her toward him, he realized that she had no head and that her body was stuffed with straw. And then he felt a slippery fin brush his shoulder as the moon hag loomed overhead. The next morning, the princess went to retrieve her gown from the clothing line and found that it was gone. She immediately suspected the mischief and called, "Goblins, did you take my gown?" The goblins emerged from the cage and nodded sadly. "Now what will I wear?" asked the princess, sad and angry that she had lost her only dress. "Let us explain," said the goblins. So they told the princess the story of the Mad Hunter, and then they produced his clothing, which was a bit large for the princess, but much warmer than her beautiful gown. She immediately forgave them. "Thank you, my friends," she said, "for rescuing me, and for this clothing, which will keep me much warmer in the winter than my beautiful gown." The Mad Hunter was forced to remain below the lake with the moon hag, but she did not kill him because even reduced to just one hand, he was too useful as a servant. He plotted the day where he could emerge to once again hunt the wise princess and earn back his left hand. And that is the story of how the crafty goblins rescued the wise princess from the Mad Hunter. Mad Hatter. I feel like I read that before.
The differences.
Okay.
It moves. Oh. Some of these parts are buttons.
What is it?
The Mad Hunter still has 2 hands here.
So this was either before the Gold Lady cut off his other one, or after he earned it back?
Which either makes it before most of the stories, or after.
Yeah, at some point when she was running away from whatever the hell the Mad Hunter meant to Marianne.
Or not.
What are we doing?
Does his smile look different to you?
Figured anything out yet?
Nah, still figuring it out.
Are we looking at what's different with the pictures? Or like what's truly different? Okay.
Maybe that branch looks a little bit different? I don't know.
Oh, from the picture.
Even if the
Okay.
branch is a little different, I don't really think that means anything.
Oh, we're just.
Or not.
Oh yeah. Select the hand. Hand is different. Purple. Okay, wait. This
Never mind.
purple, purple, blue.
That's nothing.
I'm like, we gotta read all these stories. This
Huh.
is different.
No goblins.
Yeah. In the original, the goblins managed to save the princess from the Mad Hunter.
So we saved Marianne from something, but not in this version?
Okay, that snowflake, that second beam of light is there. The first one's not.
Is there an extra star here? Or am I just imagining that?
No, there is.
It's not the same title, so I guess that counts as a difference?
That's it. Two.
Figured anything out yet?
Nah, still figuring it out.
I'm not understanding. We did everything. First of all, I was just saying that the moon is above the title. That's what I was saying. There's an extra star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teeth. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teeth. He still has 7 teeth. That looks the same. Wait. There's no castle here.
Why do you think she added that castle in the background?
See the color of the flag? It could be her mother's castle. It looks like the princess is running away from it.
So, Marianne ran away from home, and she grew up kinda rich?
That tree.
Figured anything out yet?
Are we highlighting?
I'm totally stumped.
Well, first off, the title's different, right?
Okay.
Huh. A pink flower. Was that in the original picture? Never mind. That's nothing.
Let's try again.
Okay. Spot the differences. Well, here it is. Why do you think she changed the picture?
I don't know. Maybe it's a message. Like, the differences between the two mean something.
Something about Marianne, right? Since she's the princess, it's just a random star. No special meaning. That's it. Whoa.
What's in there? Tyler, see that little light? I think we
I
need to
was like,
solve
wait a
this one
second,
next.
but there are 2 stars. It's not in the same position, but there are 2s. Wait a second. Nah, I was just bugging out the first time.
Pictures, letters. Have you ever seen any of these?
All the pictures of Marianne I've ever seen were the ones hanging on the walls.
Did you know she studied engineering?
No, but it looks like she changed her major to visual arts.
I don't think she actually got it changed. The paper's not signed and it's all wrinkled. Like someone tried to throw it away.
Major declaration. Original major engineering. Visual arts, okay.
I can't believe she was a ballet dancer.
Go Marianne.
Good one, too.
God, that's so not her. Oh, poor thing.
Why would she keep an old drawing of a pet in here?
I'll miss you forever.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen a picture of her that young.
I think that's her mom in the background.
The gold lady. That was definitely her mom.
So, did Marianne grow up kinda rich?
Maybe. Would have been nice to have some of that.
Marianne, I can't do this anymore. You deserve better than the cliche BS. Like, it's not you, it's me. But the truth is, it's all just been too much to deal with, and I've realized I'm not ready. Maybe if we could have dealt with all this on our own without your mom constantly putting pressure on us, things could have been different. But the damage is done, and it's probably too late for that now. I'm sorry, you're an amazing person, and you made me a better man. I hate myself for doing this, but I feel like we'll both be better off apart. There, I go with the cliches again. Please don't ever stop being who you are. Here, but I'm gone. Brent. F you, Brent. Okay? F you, Brent. You just wanted to break out and leave. You know what I'm gonna do, Brent? Okay? Gonna get me someone who likes me 10 times more. And level up. Bye, Brent. Deuces. Okay, sorry.
Could this guy have been any more cryptic?
Oh wait, I don't ever want.
Could this guy have been any more... You think the guy with her is Brent? From the letter?
I would guess so.
Ew, is that our dad who left? Environment over economy.
Tyler, see that little light? I think we need to solve this one next.
So you just don't care about the pictures of mom? Like, what's up with you? Okay, so none of this goes here. Okay.
There's the gold lady again. She's all over the board. There was a figure of her in that stash by the Mad Hunter painting, right?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe all of this is related to what we found in there.
Her cruel... What? Her cruel parents kept her locked away in their musty palace. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. I don't see nothing about no princess. The bear and the princess. The beaver fixes the house. The princess and the two thieves. I read that one. The princess makes new friends. The pelican helps her friends.
Hey, I can move the piece next to the gold lady.
All these pictures. They look like images from Marianne's life before Delos, don't they?
Well, some of them do anyway.
Maybe that's it then. We need to figure out which ones are real?
Okay. Well, she had a parrot. A bird.
Is the gold lady setting the animals free?
Judging from the broomstick, I'd say she's getting rid of them, not setting them free.
Oh, those are her evil parents. She was an engineering student? I don't know.
The princess dancing, playing violin, spinning wool. I guess this is stuff she did for fun?
Notice how unhappy she looks in all these pictures? I don't think she was having any fun.
But they wanted her to be an engineer.
The wise princess looks like she's trying to run away.
And she's being watched by the gold lady.
What's the gold lady do? Is that it?
It's opening.
O-L. That's the next letter.
What's in there this time?
Or was that the first letter?
Is that Carol?
Yeah, and Sam. Look at him. He's so young.
Carol.
Happy.
Carol. Who's Carol again? I can't remember. I thought that was like Tessa or something. Anyway, and her husband. I'm like, ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Is that what our house used to look like? It looks nice.
Wow. She worked for a watchmaker in Juneau before she moved to Delos. No wonder she was so handy.
Okay. Gross earnings $2,500. She was taking home $1,500. Okay. Pay period, begin date. Okay. Here is my Delos Crossing pal's number. Let him know you were interested in the house. In the house he's selling, Tammy. Okay. Salmonberry Park, Kodiak Island. Eco Village Arts Workshop. Okay.
Salmonberry Park. Huh. Is that some kind of commune?
Looks like it. So weird to imagine her living in a community like that. With, other people.
The weirdest part is how they all seem to love her. Where was prom queen Marianne when the whole town was turning on us?
Don't be a stranger. Keep on looking for those answers to those questions in your head to which you're blind. Smiley face, Shelly. We miss you already, Saul and Bronwyn. Sorry we're losing you to modern civilization. We'll miss your positive attitude and your adventurous spirit. Also, your wild edible picking skills. Haha. Pretty Marcus. Bon voyage, Marianne, says Rick. Marianne, you have the warmest, most beautiful aura, and I know you'll keep on shining wherever you land. Peace and blessings, Sharita. Thanks for being our little ray of sunshine. Godspeed, Kabat and Wati. I like your pictures. Love, Kamala. Okay, so she had friends, she had a group, she had a village.
Her father.
Dear Marianne, I hope this letter helps find you, but since you don't leave. Wait, I hope this letter finds you, but since you didn't leave any contact information, I will have to send it to your aunt and hope for the best. I'm writing to inform you that your mother passed away last week. We just had her funeral reception. The house has been filled with people all day, friends, family, colleagues, and church members. It's now 11 p.m. and I'm sitting alone at the kitchen table surrounded by dozens of trays of food, flowers, and sympathy cards. Your cousin, Adie, bought in a beautiful photo album full of holiday pictures in La Corner, or La Connor. You're there in all of them, but you weren't here today. We haven't heard from you in 4 years and can only hope you made it to Alaska or wherever you are, and that you and your child are both safe. Your mother had been. Wait, why does he say you and your child? Wait. Your mother had been sick and depressed for years, and you can imagine why. The pain of being shunned by her own daughter, knowing she would never get to see her grandchild grow up. It spread through her body like cancer and consumed her completely. All the suffering simply because you ran away like a temperamental little girl instead of accepting her help when you got pregnant out of wedlock after dropping out of college and without a penny to your name. She only stepped up to help because she knew you weren't ready to raise a child properly, Marianne. A mother's duty doesn't end when her children leave home. Now that you're a mother yourself, I hope you will begin to understand that good parenting isn't about coddling children. It's about providing for them and shaping them into the people that they're supposed to become, whether they like it or not. I won't trouble you again. You've made your intentions clear. I just thought you should know. Dad. Well, he's still a little hurt. And he has his right to be hurt. And she has her reasons to be wherever she wants to be, too. You know, sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to, but just know in another universe, in an alternate dimension, it's exactly how you always pictured it and imagined, which is exactly why it won't be in this one. That's not bad or anything. It'll just be different, but just know in your heart of all hearts that it is still happening, just not in this reality. In the meantime, see what you're supposed to explore this chapter, you know? Instead of, sitting there and being consumed with grief, pray on it, put it in God's hands, and move forward by doing something that you're passionate about, that you love, that you're, excited for. Easier said than done, but
What the hell?
one step at a time.
Marianne was pregnant in 1992, before she even got here.
Before us? Do we have a long-lost sibling out there somewhere?
It's possible, but she could have given it up or miscarried.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah, you're right.
Is it Michael? No, I'm
Do
joking.
you think we could track down her father?
You mean the grandfather she never told us about? I don't think I want to.
Ooh,
You're not at all excited about having more family.
You saw
that
the
would
letter.
be so nice.
I don't think we want any part of that.
Ooh.
Fine. Let's keep digging.
So you don't want to be pushing in the right you don't want to be pushing in the direction of getting more family. Okay. You want to be pushing in finding about my torturous, terrible past. Okay. We see you, Tyler. You want to
This
talk
just lit
about?
up, so I think we're supposed to try this one next.
See things lighting up. Oh, is it gonna be like a spotlight lights up over it? Oh, it's dark. Oh, look at this. There's more things. Oh.
The Ice King goes in the forest, obviously.
Is this stuff like from my... This is Gold Lady. Oh, these are things that I found. I didn't find everything.
Gold Lady stays locked up in her castle. The old bear's gotta be in his ice cave. We'll let the mangy muskrat have his rock back. Back in your pond, Big Frog.
Okay. I'm missing 4. Alright, let's go do this puzzle.
What's this?
Some sort of map?
Okay.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
One day she took her tiara and ran away to the forest.
This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver. This is the princess's house. That's the Gold Lady's castle.
The Gold Lady's castle?
That's the Gold Lady's castle. This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver. This is the princess's house.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely salmonberry flowers.
Hey, that degree in outdoor studies is paying off.
Some sort of clock? It seems like it's not doing anything. Maybe it's broken? This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely salmonberry flowers.
Hey, that degree in outdoor studies is paying off.
This is the princess's house. Some sort of clock? Damn it. Why is nothing happening?
Okay. Well. She left home. She went to the commune and picked salmon berries.
I'm pretty sure everything in the stash was
Dad
dated.
found
Why don't we go take another look?
a picture of a long time ago. Time passed and then she went home. That's not it. And those are the only things.
That's the Gold Lady's castle. This looks like a dinner party with the old...
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely... This is the princess's house. Some sort of clock? Come on. This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver. This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver. That's the Gold Lady's castle.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely... This is the princess's house. Some sort of clock? Come on. Some sort of clock? This is the princess's... Come on.
Let's definitely go back. Oh, I thought it was the mom's like time went by and then I forgot about she worked at the clock store.
Wow. She worked for a watchmaker in Juneau before she moved to Delos.
1992.
No wonder she was so handy. Both of her parents kind of sound like jerks. I would have run away too.
96. She worked at the watch store before anything. Then she went to the commune. All right, let's go. Deselect this.
That's the Gold Lady's castle. Some sort of clock? This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old...
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those... This is the princess's... Come on.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely... This looks like a dinner party with the old bear. This is the princess's... Come on.
Okay. She goes home.
This is the princess's house.
And then they have a party.
This looks like a dinner... Come on.
Yo. She worked at the clock place. Okay, she was at her mom's house first, right? Okay, let's see.
Is that Carol?
Yeah, and Sam. Look at him. He's so young and happy.
Carol and Sam didn't work out. Sam was in love with Mary Ann. He and his wife did not work out, but he already had a child. Ooh. He was cheating on his wife. Okay.
Salmonberry Park. Huh.
1992.
Is that some kind of commune?
Looks like it. So weird to imagine her living in a community like that. With, other people.
The weirdest part is how they all seem to love her. Where was prom queen Mary Ann when the whole town was turning on us?
Okay, so... Okay, so let's deselect. She was at the house first.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
And let's say she...
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are
It's either this
definitely
and
some
this.
sort of clock. This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and this is the princess's. Come on. Some sort of clock?
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those. This looks like a dinner party
this the
with
same
the
thing
old
that
bear.
I
This is
just
the
did?
princess's. Come on.
Okay. I don't get it. They have a dinner. Okay, they used to have a dinner party. Like he was looking, and you're in all the pictures, that they took. Let me go look. Is it a date from when they took all those pictures that she was in at that place? Okay.
Both of her
Let's see.
parents kind of sound like jerks. I would have run away too.
Yeah, look, see? Addie bought a beautiful photo album full of our holiday pictures at La Connor. You're hearing all of them. That was in the past. Okay, so at La Connor. So did they live in La Connor first? Like, I don't know. Okay, so let's do the pictures then.
This looks like a
Just
dinner party
kidding,
with the
just
old bear and the
kidding.
very old beaver.
Maybe they lived somewhere else before.
This looks like a dinner party with the old bear. That's the gold lady's castle. Some sort of clock?
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, this is the princess's. Come on.
Okay. Let's put it this way.
What's that plant thing on top?
And let's
Oh,
put it here.
those are some sort of clock?
And now let's put it here.
This is the princess's. Come on.
I think that they did this holiday. This wouldn't be first. They were in the house first. They were in the house
That's
first.
the gold lady's castle. That's the gold lady's castle.
They had these memories.
This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, some sort of clock? This is the princess's. Come on.
Okay. Let's look again.
Wow. She worked for a watchmaker in Juneau before she moved to Delos. No wonder she was so handy.
Here's Delos Crossing Pal's number. Let him know you were interested in the house he's selling. Maybe she got the house in 1992. I don't know. She worked at the clock stop in 1992.
Is that Carol?
Yeah, and Sam. Look at him. He's so young and happy.
Salmonberry Park. Huh. Is that some kind of commune?
Looks like it.
It's definitely taking me way
So
too
weird
long
to
for this
imagine her
puzzle.
living
I'm
in a
like, oh my
community
gosh,
like
what is
that,
going on?
With, other people.
The weirdest part is how they all seem to love her. Where was prom queen Mary Ann when the whole town was turning on us? Salmonberry Park. Huh. Is that some kind
This
of
is
commune?
June
Looks
1992.
like it.
The other thing was
So weird to imagine her
7.
living in a community
So
like that. With,
this comes
you know,
before the
other
clock
people.
plays.
The weirdest part is how they all seem to love her. Where was prom queen Mary Ann when the whole town was turning on us?
Okay. So, Salmonberry clock.
Both of her parents kind of sound like jerks. I would have run away too.
I hope you made it to Alaska. We haven't heard from you in 4 years. 6 minus 4 is 92. So she's at her house? unless we're talking about how she left their house to go to her house. I don't think so. I still think this is the first one.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. It says.
What's that plant thing on top?
Then this.
Oh, this looks like a dinner party
Let's
with the
see.
old bear and the very old beaver.
What's going on? Come on.
This looks like a dinner party with the some sort of clock. This is the princess's. Come on.
At this point, I just want to cheat. Like, what the heck? What the heck? What? What? Okay, let me see. She left the house, or she grew up in the house and then went to the farm. Like, I don't. Okay, so then let's talk about how she left the house. Okay, let's do this again. She
I'm pretty sure everything in the stash was dated. Why don't we go take another look?
Okay, then if it's by the stash, this is how it went first. She was here.
What's that plant thing on top?
Then
Oh,
this
those
came
are definitely
next.
some sort of clock.
Then he wrote the letter.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
He talked about this.
This looks like a dinner party with the
Ooh,
old
she
bear
ran
and
away.
the very old. This is the princess's. Come on.
That's not right. Wait. Okay, she worked at the clock shop. She got the house.
This is the princess's house.
Then let's see.
This
Maybe
looks like
happened.
a dinner party with the old bear.
And then
That's
that
the Gold
happened.
Lady. Come on.
That's not what I was thinking. Let's see. Just like that. I'm thinking this happened next.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
And then this happened.
This looks like a dinner. Come on.
That is absolutely what happened. She got the house right after. Yeah, she did get the house right after. This, the clock. Yeah. Wait. Salmonberry, then the clock shop, then the house. Okay, so let's deselect this. I mean, we could say this happened.
This looks like a dinner party with the old
And then
bear,
this.
and that's the Gold Lady. Come on.
She something about remembering memories, and then, but I think let's deselect all of it. This
That's
will
the
be
Gold
first.
Lady's castle.
Then she went
What's
here.
that plant
She
thing
worked
on
at the
top?
clock
Some
shop.
sort of clock.
She got the
This
house.
is the princess's house.
And then
This
she
looks
got
like a
this.
dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver.
I'm over this game.
What's in there? Another letter?
What was it? Wait, what? She worked at Salmonberry, went to the clock shop, bought her own house. She had memories. Wait, no. I don't even remember. She ran away from home and had memories? I don't know. Okay.
The Princess's Loss. Is this from the Book of Goblins?
Not that I know of.
Well,
Okay,
sure
let's
looks like
see.
it could be.
The Princess's Loss. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. She had made it through the woods and to that house with nothing left but the clothes on her back and a single item from her old life, a splendid tiara. She lost almost everything in her desperate flight from the mad hunter. The trees tore the rucksack from her back and shredded her dress and left a pattern of red welts on her skin. But through it all, she clutched the tiara close to her chest, fearing any misstep could cause it all to fall from her arms and break. The tiara had its own spot in a big wooden house, a pillow near the window, where the sun would catch on its surface to shine and wink. The princess could stare for hours at the tiara, marveling in its beauty and running her thumb down its curves. Every morning she would wake and she would tend to it, polish its every surface to be sure it shone as brightly as it possibly could. Then she would pluck it up, place it on her head, and walk the woods feeling somehow more complete. But what, because what, after all, was a princess without a crown? Every night she would place it upon its pillow, give it a quick kiss, and go to bed. On her way, she would pause and glance back to be sure it was still there. She hated to be separated from it, but she knew it was the safest. It was safest on the pillow while she slept. Okay, that's it. Next. One night, the princess woke up to a raging storm. The wind howled against the walls, rattling the windows in their panes. Fearing a gust might burst open the window and blow the tiara to the ground, she plucked it from its pillow and brought it to her bed. All through the night, she held the tiara close, and in the morning she woke to find herself still cradling it. The storm had passed, and the princess relaxed. That day was the same as any other, though she perhaps gave the tiara an even more thorough cleaning, grateful as she was that nothing had gone wrong. That night, she placed the tiara upon its pillow, gave it a quick kiss, and went to bed, pausing on her way to be sure it was still there. In the morning, she woke and sensed immediately that something was wrong. In the living room, the tiara lay upon the ground, broken, dull, and faded. Nothing else in the room had changed. The pillow was exactly where she had left it. The window was closed. There had been no storm, no wind, no sign anything at all could have gone amiss. Only the broken tiara, mute upon the ground. She picked it up, held it in her arms with a guttural cry, but though she tried to fix it and polish it, it was gone, beyond repair, and with no shine left. The princess held the tiara through the day and through the next night, sitting in the same spot at the window where she used to polish it. When the sun rose, she looked outside and her gaze fixed on a sapling. She remembered how the sapling had survived the winter, clinging to life despite the frozen, unforgiving earth. Without a word, she went out and buried the tiara in the ground beneath the sapling. And as the final scoop of dirt fell, the tiara felt truly gone, and without it, the final link to her old self. She could only go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer truly a princess in a tiara and a beautiful gown, but a wan woman alone in a deep and ancient wood. And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure and her title, but found herself. Okay.
And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure and her title. That was the story she read us that night.
It makes sense now.
Yeah. She got pregnant. And she ran away to start a new life.
Oh.
And then she made her way to Delos Crossing, where she was finally happy. But then the baby died.
How do you know? How do you know that? How do you know that, Tyler?
I can't even imagine how she must have felt. She left everything behind.
How do you know the baby died? How do
Built
you
a whole
know
new
it wasn't
life
sent
for
away?
him.
You just said that a couple of minutes ago.
And then
They just was talking
just
about that.
gone.
Maybe we have family out there. Maybe it was adopted. Maybe she put it. How do you know?
I guess having us helps her move on.
Oh, because the
But
baby is the
When
tiara?
it looked like we were going to be taken away, she snapped.
Ah, symbolism.
She just couldn't lose any more children. It really wasn't anything we did.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this.
I don't either, but all I wanted was to understand what happened to her. And now I do.
Yeah. But we still haven't seen what's in that chest.
Oh, good. We're done with all these games and shenanigans. Okay, good.
Okay, so
It wasn't too kiddish.
how do we
though.
open
I
it?
like it. I was like, how do you know? How do you know? Duh. Okay, let's see.
We'll get to those later. Let's finish this one, okay?
Oh, open the chest? Okay, we're there.
Alright, should be easy enough.
No, this first one was O. I don't know what the second one is. Girl, let me just go back and look. Oh, it's the E. O-L-E.
Why don't we just break this open? There's a crowbar right downstairs.
What? No. You don't want to try and figure out what all this means?
I'm so done with her riddles.
This is it. O-L-E. Okay. Leo. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yes.
Oh, this is pretty.
Whoa.
Did it just get darker in here?
Yes. My hair is like sticking me in the back. Okay,
Ollie. She noticed.
Dear Alyson and
I
Ollie,
was her son.
we write letters to understand and be understood. But what good is a story without a first act? I'm sorry I kept mine for you so long. All my love, goblins.
Why does she have a photo of that tree locked in here?
Oh my
Is that-
gosh.
Leo Ronan.
Why didn't she tell us about him? Why didn't she tell us any of this?
I mean, it's fucking terrible. That's why. Allie, did we do the right thing opening this?
We did. It's better we know what happened, even if it's hard. And there's one more thing we need to see.
Are you sure?
Yes. Come on.
The
Let's
rest
go to
of
the dock.
the rest of these puzzles?
It's time to finish this.
What happened to the puzzle?
Crafty goblin's loot.
That's from The Princess and the Two Thieves. I drew the original.
And I distinctly remember drawing that cake, which is arguably the best part of that illustration.
Where do you see the
All right,
cake?
Picasso. And you probably remember what the goblins stole in that story, huh?
They stole the eggs, the flour, the fruit.
I'm pretty sure they stole some eggs. Maybe they took some of the princess's fruit?
They stole candy
Did they steal candy?
and flour.
Some flour for the cake, maybe?
A spoon?
What if they took some spoons? Actually, I'm not sure. Didn't they take some of the princess's clothes?
Did they take all of this?
What if they took some spoons?
I just read that yesterday. Few items. Okay, this the cake, which had been made with her last of her eggs. Oh, wait. The thefts went on and on until the thefts went on and on. One of my eyes is dry. The thefts went on and on until the day her last cake, which had been made with the last of her eggs, the last of her fruit, the last of her nuts, and the last of her flour, well, that last cake was stolen too. So it was the egg, fruit, flour. Egg, fruit, and flour. I thought
Or
it was a
not.
spoon.
Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe not.
The princess did not try to open the hatch. She was too hungry. She had been living alone for a long time until one day she noticed food and small items were disappearing from her house. The thefts went on and on until the day her last cake, which had been made with the last of her eggs, the last of her fruit, well, maybe it was just until she had noticed what? Until the day her last cake, which had been made with the last. The princess dried her eyes.
Maybe not. Or not. Maybe not.
They did steal it. Where she lived in a big wooden house. She had been living alone for the very first. She had been living alone for just fine for a very long time until the day she noticed food and small items were disappearing from her house. The thefts went on and on until one day her last cake, which had been made with the last of her eggs, the last of her fruit, and the last of her nuts, and the last of her flour, well, that last cake was stolen too. And all she found at the scene of the crime were two trails of tiny feet in the spilled flour leading to the hidden latch. Okay. Spilled flour. They didn't try and take clothes.
Didn't they take some of the... Maybe not. Some flour for the cake, maybe? Maybe they took some of the princess's fruit? I'm pretty sure they stole some eggs.
The crafty goblin's loot. Why did I feel like there was candy? 'Cause it's the wrong story. Once upon a time, in an ancient... Okay, like... Hello, hi! Hi, Tasty... Tastyison. Oh my gosh. Hi, baby. Okay, once upon a time in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. The house was built from a strong wood of the forest, and it kept the princess warm and safe. The princess was not a native to the. Wait, this is about the. Oh, yeah, this is right. Well, trying to make sure this is the right story. The princess was not a native of the forest, but she never spoke about where she had come from, for it made her cry. She did not have many friends, but that was how she liked it. The forest was big and deep, and many paths led to her house, but not many visitors passed by. The princess was happy to be left alone in the big house in the deep forest. She knew the forest would provide for her, but that is generosity that had to be respected. So she only took what she needed. And for a long time, life was just fine for the princess in the big wooden house. My day's going good. How's yours? Hopefully, it was productive and you rested, right? One winter day, when snow blanketed the earth and ice bent the trees low, the wise princess realized that food was disappearing from her house. It was not much at first, only a few fruits, nuts, eggs vanishing during the night. Fruit, nuts, eggs. Okay. Maybe it's the birds, she said, or mice. And for a time, the princess was okay with losing some food for the winter. Oh, wait. The princess was okay with losing some food, for the winter was long and little creatures needed to eat too. But then small items started disappearing as well: spoons, plates, forks, knives, and blankets. And it was as if every time she was in one part of the house, something disappeared in another room. This can't be birds or mice, said the princess. I think I have a thief. Yay, your day is going good. You ready for tomorrow? So she went outside to look for traces in the snow and noises in the wind, but there was nothing to be found, nor to be heard. That's strange, said the princess. Maybe the thief is hiding inside my house. For many days she hunted, looking behind the curtains and under the bed, in the attic and in the chimney, behind the poles and under the carpets, but she found nothing, and she searched. Food kept on disappearing night after night. I will make a cake, frowned the princess, a big cake. With every egg and fruit and nut I have, so that I only have one thing to keep my eye on. So she spent the whole day making the cake using everything she had left. That's pretty smart. The cake was so big, she could hardly carry it. If I manage to protect the cake, I'll be able to survive the long winter, she said. So she added a lock to the oven, and she kept the big cake safe inside. But the next morning, the lock had been opened and the cake had disappeared. At first, the princess cried because the cake was the last of her food until the snow melted. But then she noticed 2 trails of tiny feet in the spilled flour, and she followed the tracks to a hidden hatch in the floorboards. This is how the princess realized that 2 tiny thieves were living under the wooden house right below her feet. Okay, so I read the wrong story. I read part 2 of the story, so I was like, I don't understand it. So, put the flour back.
Actually, I'm not sure.
They stole nuts. Are there no nuts? Fruit, eggs, no candy. Okay, I'm back with the spoon thing again. Why do I feel like they stole a spoon? Spoons, plates, forks, and knives, and blankets. Okay, they stole a spoon.
What if they took some spoons?
Yes.
That's it.
Yay.
I always wondered where that drawing went. She said it was her favorite, and then one day it just disappeared.
You are the best mom in the world. The prettiest princess. That was it? Okay, that was cute. Okay, we did everything? No, we didn't do this.
The old bear's gifts for the princess. I'm totally blanking on that story. What did he give her again?
Why don't we open up the book and check?
Okay, so what did the bear give it? Wait, what we not gonna do? The beaver fixes the house. Something about a bear. The bear's big paws. The Bear and the Princess. Maybe it's the first story. Oh. Okay. Next story. Oh. Okay. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on a bank of a river, swiping at salmon on their way to the spawning grounds. Just as he'd got his paw on a particular fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. He considered simply eating his salmon, but then she screamed again, and she lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of the tree while the wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. Old Bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt. But when he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty, and he knew he had to help her. With a great big roar, the bear heaved onto his hind legs, rising to his full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off into the trees, tail between his legs. The old bear fell back down on all fours and stared up at the princess. She regarded him fearfully. You come down, he said. How do I know you didn't save me just so you can eat me yourself? Asked the princess. I suppose this is a fair question, admitted the old bear, but I promise I won't eat you. The princess had no reason to trust the old bear except that he had kind eyes, so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her. So she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. Thank you, she told the old bear. Of course, he said. Can I walk you back to your home? Of course, said the princess. And so the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest back to the big wooden house. After that day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear. Okay, look at the bear, the gift of giving. Okay. The bear caught fresh salmon, a handful of ripe berries, a newly bloomed bluebell. Salmon, berries, and a bluebell. One spring, when a sudden thaw flooded the path out of the princess's home, the old bear was there, and she rode his back across the river. The old bear began to think that the princess should be his mate. After all, she had no mate, and she needed one, and he could keep her warm and provide her a much more suitable den and catch fish for her and protect her from the wolves. She, in return, would brush out his fur and pick berries without smooshing half of them, and scratch that one part of his back that he couldn't reach. And with how she took care of the goblins, she would be an excellent mother for his cubs. One day, the old bear came with a ring of spruces and asked the princess to be his bride. I'm sorry, said the princess. You are a very good friend, and I appreciate all you've done for me, but I cannot marry you. You are a bear, and I am a princess. It would never work. The old bear was crushed. Can we still be friends, he asked. We will always be friends, she said, but I will never marry you. The old bear and the princess carried on their friendship. After 1 year, he tried again to ask her to be his bride, but once again she refused him. This happened 1 year later and 1 year after that. And then finally the princess said, "Old bear, you are my dear friend, and I appreciate all you've done for me, but I would sooner you have left me to the wolves than to marry you. And that is how it will always be. I have my hands full with 2 goblins who live under my house, and they are all I need." That wounded the old bear deeply, but it was finally enough to stop his proposals. They remained friends, and he continued to give her gifts of fresh salmon, ripe berries, and new bluebells. But the old bear never again asked the princess to be his bride, much as he might have wanted to. And that is how the princess befriended the old bear and how she refused him. Don't see nothing wrong with that. Okay. She didn't want to be married. That's fine. What's this?
A newly bloomed bluebell?
Mm-hmm. Salmon?
Fresh caught salmon?
And berries.
Some roses, maybe?
No.
Maybe not. handful of ripe berries?
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
Man, he had it bad. Just couldn't let go.
Sorry for the note under the door like a prison inmate. You okay? I stopped by and rang a couple of times this week, but you didn't answer. I could see the light in the hayloft, so I figured you were in, but you didn't want to talk. I hope I didn't ruin everything. I know I probably came on kind of strong, but the thing is, I don't know how to talk to a woman like you. You are a strong and kind, and you know so much. It's hard for me to know how to keep up. I guess all that went to my head, but I want you to know I got the message, and I'm gonna get out of your hair now, and there doesn't need to be any bad feelings. We can pass in the street and say hello or not. It's okay. P.S. I noticed your car was leaking, so I put some sealant in there. You might need to take it to the shop, though. Let me know if you want me to come with you, because sometimes these guys try and rip you off. If not, no big deal. Sam. Okay. Right, I'm right. Aww. I think we did everything. What's this?
Crafty goblins' good deeds.
Of course. The goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
Well, what did they do?
You know, I don't really remember.
The crafty goblins' good deeds. The goblins and the ice cake. The goblins save the old beer. The pelican forgives the goblins. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, there lived a pair of crafty goblins in a cave below a big wooden house. They lived with a wise princess who shared as much food with them as she was able, but it was never quite enough. This left the goblins hungry, very hungry, always hungry. One day, as they were out foraging for food, the pious pelican landed on a rock and dumped a smorgasbord from her beak, which the goblins knew was magic and never emptied. What's a smorgasbord? Let me look up that word. You know, the more you know, the less you don't, right? S-M-O-R, smorg, ash, board. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's a buffet-style meal. Okay. A buffet offering a variety of hot and cold meats. Okay. Salads, hors d'oeuvres, smorgasbord. Okay. A wide range of something, or like a variety. Okay. Which the goblins knew was magic and never emptied. There were king crabs in red, blue, gold, and scarlet, veiny blue shrimp, pink shelled scallops. Veiny blue shrimp? Is that like because it's the best? I don't know. Are they supposed to have veins? I don't know. Okay, there were king crabs in red, blue, gold, and scarlet, veiny blue shrimp, pink shelled scallops, oblong brown clams, purple spiny urchins, and even one prickly red sea cucumber. The food just kept coming. They watched as the pelican ate one clam and then took a nap. Do you think she would mind if we took a little? Asked one goblin to another. Her beak never empties. She won't possibly miss a couple of crabs, said the second, licking her lips. They were agreed, and so they crept over, flinched some crabs and ran. Filched some crabs and ran. The goblins scarfed the crabs, but when they finished, they found that they were still hungry. She won't miss a handful of shrimp, said one goblin to the other. The goblins scarfed the shrimp, but when they finished, they found out they were still hungry. Maybe also a few scallops, said one goblin to another. The goblins scarfed the scallops. But when they finished, they found that they were still hungry. So they went back for clams, then urchins, and finally even a sea cucumber. Finally, they were not hungry. But there was also nothing left. Just then the pelican woke up. "What happened to my food?" she asked. Unable to lie about it, the goblins confessed their crime. The pelican was dismayed, but she was a charitable-hearted bird, and she could tell the crafty goblins were growing little creatures. "Goblins," said the pious pelican, "I will share my food with you, but you must, in return, follow my example and be generous with others. I am with you. And be as generous with others as I am with you. Take that to heart, and I will have considered your debt paid." "But we have nothing to give," said the goblins. You have your nimble hands and your crafty brains and your loving hearts," said the pelican. The crafty goblins realized how much they had to give, and for the rest of the day they looked for ways to help other creatures of the forest. They found the stalwart moose struggling with an itchy, hard-to-reach spot on his back, so they climbed up and gave him a good scratching. Next, they helped old Bear, who could not get the honey out of a narrow beehive. They climbed up to the top of the tree of the hive and then dropped it, cracking it open. Finally, they found the princess crying over a loss she would not speak about. Aw, the princess was sad. So they wrapped their tiny little arms around her in a great big hug and stayed until she felt better. When they were done, they returned to the pious pelican. "Did it feel good, being generous as I am?" said the pelican. "It did," said the goblins. "I'm glad," said the pelican. "We all have problems we can't solve on our own, but if everyone goes about with generosity in their hearts, then there is always someone on hand to help. But we all must commit to do so, and there may be no one there to help you when you need it." This made sense to the goblins, and they thanked the pious pelican for her food and the lesson. Of course, by this time they were hungry again, and that remained an ongoing problem until the day the stalwart moose caught them fish, but that is another story. And that is how the pious pelican forgave the crafty goblins, and how she taught them charity. Okay. I thought it was very dry. Okay. Long story. So drop the beehive.
They broke open the beehive for the bear.
They gave a hug to...
They hugged the princess when she was crying.
Scratch.
They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back. Nailed it. Our lives would have been so different if their friendship hadn't gone to shit.
The Pelican Crossing is a specialty gift boutique located near the O'Shea Glacier, catering to the Gatineau Channel tourists as well as Delos Crossing locals. We specialize in an assortment of high-quality products, from home accessories, handmade souvenirs, to personalized apparel and locally made art. The Pelican Crossing will be the first store to act as a relay between the buzzing arts and the craft scene and customers. In addition to a wide array of novelty, handcrafted products, the consumer will enjoy friendly and knowledgeable customer service from the Vecchi store co-owner Tessa Vecchi and up-and-coming artist Mary Ann Ronan. This business plan is prepared to obtain financing in the amount of $20,000 to purchase inventory and to help cover expenses in the first year of operations. In year 1, the Pelican Crossing plans to break even, and in year 2, we plan to generate a moderate profit. Working on the executive summary part of our business plan. What do you think, Tessa? Okay. Ciao.
The very old beaver's repair list.
That's the story where the princess's house gets damaged by a storm and the animals help her fix it.
Yeah. What did they do to fix it again?
Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a brown wooden house. One night, a particularly violent storm shook the house. It shook the shingles on the roof and the planks in the wall. It even shook the beams on which the house stood, blowing the whole thing near to the ground. The princess hid in a closet, fearing the house would come down on her as she slept. In the morning, the house was still standing but badly damaged. The storm had blown the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls, and even bent the posts upon which the house stood. The first two things she could fix, but the last concerned her. What will I do? Despaired the wise princess, for though she knew many things, she did not know how to fix the big wooden house. Just then, the old bear came by to see if the princess had any trouble in the storm. Oh, okay. When he found her nailing planks back into place, he said, "Stop, princess, let me do that for you." "I'm happy to do it," said the princess, "but if you want to help with the roof, you may." When the pair were done with the roof and the walls, they examined the bent support. "I could throw my body against it," said the old bear. "I am very large." He stretched up on his hind legs, being sure the princess could appreciate how large he was, and then charged straight at the post. He threw his body against it with an impressive thud. The impact moved the post, but too far, and it ended up bent and in the other direction. The princess had no reason to trust the old bear except that he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten. This sounds like the story. See, did I just go to another story? The wise princess decided one more precision was needed. She thought of then the very old beaver who kept an excellently crafted dam. Perhaps she can help. She went looking for the very old beaver and found the industrious animal hard at work slapping down mud on a part of her dam that had been blown apart by the storm. Most of the structure was unharmed because the beaver was very good at building things. The princess knew she had come to the right place. "Beaver," she said, "my house was damaged in the storm. Would you help fix it?" "I believe I could do that," said the beaver, and she paused at fixing her own den and following the princess. The very old beaver examined the big wooden house and nodded. "It will be an easy fix," she said, and she set about righting the posts with loud slaps of her tail. When she was done, the wise princess stroked the beaver's head. "Thank you. Thank you, beaver," she said. "The wind blew the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls and even bent this post. Now, thanks to you, I have a home." "Thinking nothing of it," said the very old beaver, who returned to work on her own den once again. That winter, the very old beaver grew ill. Oh no, very ill. She was not able to fix her den nor gather food. When the princess found out, she was set about delivering meals to the beaver. She bought stews of corn and beans and baskets full of bark and twigs from the beaver's favorite aspen. One day, the wise princess noticed that the beaver's den had begun to fall apart. She set about fixing it, and though she was not talented as the very old beaver, the fix kept the creature warm and dry. "Thank you," said the very old beaver, and of course, said the princess, "you helped me when the storm blew my house near the ground. Thanks to you, I have a home, and I'm happy to do the same." The princess continued to nurse the old beaver until one day she came to the dam and the forest was still. No birds sang, no branches rustled, no small things skittered within the underbrush. "Oh," said the princess, staring sadly at the dam, for she knew the old beaver had passed on. Goodbye, my friend." And that is how the very old beaver saved the big wooden house, and how the wise princess repaid her kindness. So she nursed her to health. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so they're talking about...
She turned the power back on.
No, she did not.
Wait.
She fixed...
She repaired the water leak.
No.
Or not.
The shingles on the house.
She fixed the roof shingles.
Wait, what did it look like? Oh, it just looked
Maybe
like
not.
that? That's cool.
She fixed the roof shingles. She
Oh, that's
slapped the
cute.
post with her tail to write it.
And,
She fixed the planks that... All right. Damn. That must have been rough on Eddie.
Yeah, he doesn't really like to talk about her.
Dear Mary Ann, you cover your ears every time I try to have this conversation with you, so I thought I'd have a better chance doing this in a letter. I know you don't like saying goodbye, so I'll keep my melancholic rambling short and sweet. I want to thank you with all my heart for taking care of me these past few months. I can't even imagine how exhausting it must have been for you to look after a sick old lady when you also have 2 small children at home. I know you want me to keep fighting this disease and hoping you're wait. Okay, so Mary Ann was taking care of Eddie's mom. Okay, when you have 2 small children at home, I know you want me to keep fighting this disease and hoping for recovery, but it's always been a great strength of mine to know when it's time to let go, and that time has come. I'd like to ask you for one last favor. Please take care of Eddie after I'm gone. My poor boy puts on a brave front ever since his father died, but I know he's in pain. I would be so much more at peace knowing he still has family. Maybe he could teach the kids how to fish. He loves spending time with them. Thank you for the warmth and peace you brought to my life. Give the kids a kiss for me. Will you? Carol. Are they really family or are they just calling each other family? The plot thickens. No, I'm joking. Maybe I was wrong. I could have been wrong. Okay, I'm like over these stories. Examine. We examined everything. Now we gotta go.
You really want to go? You sure we've seen everything?
Okay, we could keep looking.
I guess we could stay a little longer if you think there's more to find.
We did that puzzle. We did this puzzle. We did that puzzle. And we did that puzzle. Girl. Is there something else?
I wish she just explained all this to us.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, but... To the docks? I mean, like... Why are we gonna go? To go see...
You really want to go? You
About
sure
that?
we've seen everything?
Yeah, let's go.
Either way, I'm ready for this to be over.
Me too.
Me three. Me three. It's picking up though. This chapter is a really, really good chapter. I will say that. Very, very good chapter. Very, very good chapter. Very, very good chapter. Way better than the first and the second. Very good. Michael, shining star. Lighting the way. Even the attic was, it was a moment, but it was well worth it. I think so. Come on now. We're gonna go see our brother or our lost sibling. This is just too gruesome. Oh no, I wanted to go do that.
This is the spot.
I can't believe he's been down there this whole time. We played Compass and North Star here. I wish
I
he
think
would have
that's
just
nice.
told us.
She tried to tell us. In her own Marianne kind of way.
Exactly.
The stories. Yeah. What are you thinking?
That we just found out we have a brother, and at the same time that we'll never get to meet him. It's a lot to process.
Poor Marianne. Come on. Let's keep going.
That's cool that they know though, and that they found out. I think that's pretty cool.
It's time for us to figure out who Marianne was arguing with on the dock.
How would we know that? They're not there now. I don't get it. Oh, what's that on the floor? Oh, that was just... I guess that there's no more collectibles. This is the reason. This is tell me why. This is it! Let me turn this up.
Almost.
Oh my gosh, it's too loud. I might get scared. It's the store owner.
Tom? Tom Vecchi is our father?
Of course. It had to be him.
Tessa knew, didn't she?
Yeah, she must have. It's what she didn't want to tell us.
God, Marianne and Tom?
I know.
What should we do now?
Yeah, call him out here and make him tell us what was going on.
And if he won't?
We know his secret. He will. Tom? It's Alyson. We need to talk. We know it was you.
Why not just go to his store and just have the conversation there? Why by the river or something like that? Why by the lake? Sounds very dangerous. I don't know about this whole plan in the dark at night. This is not... I don't know. We don't know how many times he been to this house. This might not even be home turf. Listen. Y'all might have lived here, but listen, he lived here, okay, before you. Well,
Let me take the lead on this. I know him better. I thought I did, anyway.
Sure. Whatever. As long as we get answers.
no one owes you answers. No one owes you anything. You may not get anything. Literally. He be coming out with a gun right now. And you didn't call Michael? He looks like Walter White.
Kids, listen.
You're our father.
You didn't even take care of them?
Yes.
You knew how bad it got out here. How little we had. Why didn't you help Marianne?
You mean all the money she wanted? We didn't have anything to spare. That
didn't?
winter was rough on everyone. You would have starved out here if not for all the free food we gave you.
Don't act like you had
Free?
anything to do with that. That was all Tessa.
That's a cruel presumption, young
Let's go
man.
child support.
Maybe it was Tessa's idea initially. But I supported it. And your mother was happy to live off our handouts.
You tried to burn down our barn and knocked Tyler unconscious.
I never meant to hurt anybody. You weren't supposed to be home.
Doesn't excuse the fact that you didn't even stop to help.
What do you want me to say? I panicked.
He's a weasel.
I was terrified that this whole thing was gonna blow up in my face. I had to do something.
To hurt them?
You were here that night. You saw Marianne and Tyler. Why didn't you help?
I know it wasn't my best moment. But she threatened my life.
So you just decided to let her drown?
I didn't decide anything. Everything happened so fast. I panicked.
He is
And
such
by
a
the time
weasel.
I got to town, Brown was already on his way out.
He's such a
There was
weasel.
nothing else I could do.
Okay, why do we still have these same two options?
You tried to burn down our barn and knocked Tyler unconscious.
I never meant to hurt anybody. You weren't supposed
Oh,
to be home.
I was supposed
Doesn't
to use
excuse
the
the
thing.
fact that you didn't even stop to
All right,
help.
let's do it
What do
again.
you want me to say? I panicked.
Let's do it again.
I was terrified that this whole thing was going to blow up in my face.
Got it.
I had to do something.
I'm ready now.
You were here that night. You saw Marianne and Tyler. Why didn't you help?
I know it wasn't my best moment, but she threatened my life.
So you just decided to let her drown?
I didn't decide anything. Everything happened so fast, I panicked. And
Okay.
by the time I got to town, Brown was already on his way out. There was nothing else I could do.
No.
Hey, you hearing me?
Yep. Sorry. I'm trying really hard to keep myself from punching him in the face.
He's not even the least bit sorry for what
He's
he did.
not.
He could have seriously hurt you.
Exactly.
He's just a fucking coward.
He is.
Does he really expect us to believe there wasn't anything else he could have done that night?
I don't know, Ellie. I'd rather not think about it.
So what do we do now?
We tell him he's gotta fix the mess he made, one way or another.
You failed us, Tom. You need to make it right.
I'll do whatever you want, as long as none of this gets out.
Excuse me?
You want me to pay for my mistakes? Fine. But please, Tessa can't know. This would kill her.
Keep it from her.
Tessa
She probably already knows.
Tom.
No. That's impossible.
It never occurred to you the reason Tessa cut Marianne off was you?
But she never said anything. Oh, Lord.
You should try talking to your wife. Maybe if you had, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Wow.
And maybe Marianne wouldn't be dead.
Oh, come on. You of all people should appreciate how troubled Marianne was. She was unhinged. Something like this would have happened sooner or later.
Okay, where's Tyler's anger now? Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face for hitting you and knocking you down. Listen, an eye for an eye. Punch him in the freaking face, okay? Where is it? You got it for everybody else. You abandoned her.
And you just couldn't risk being there when it happened. Even though it meant leaving her to raise kids out here all by herself.
That's crazy.
None of this would have happened if you'd manned the fuck up.
Exactly.
I didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice.
I know it shouldn't have happened.
Excuse me.
Well, your mother was a very pretty woman. And she'd been so many places and done so many things. The way I always thought I would have. I got caught up. Love made me a fool. Look, I made mistakes. But this will not go any further than the three of us.
Why? We know. Tessa knows. Marianne's dead. There's no point in hiding it anymore.
Why would you let him know that?
He's afraid it'll tank his campaign. Am I wrong?
Jesus, Tom.
I've kept your secret all these years. I don't want to go spilling it. But I will if I have to.
I think
What?
you should.
Yeah. Your little story about self-defense. I've never told anyone how Marianne really died. That night, I came out here because I was worried about your mother.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure. Weasel. Looking like Walter White. You did it all for yourself. Get him, Sky.
Why do they do it? They made me do it. They made me do it. Why did they do it? This is his fault. This is his fault.
But what was she doing? Marianne was wrong too for getting involved with her friend's husband. That's just trifling. Ooh, child, this is messy.
Mad Hunter!
Wait, no! Stop! Honey! Hey, no! Please! Mom,
I'm not gonna hurt you.
He watched his own children go through that and ran. He's a weasel. He's just so pathetic. I cannot. Right or wrong, they're just kids, and I'm sure they're scared themselves. And you, as a big grown-ass adult.
No! No way! You're a fucking liar!
Exactly.
I saw what I saw.
Ugh! You're manipulating us just like you manipulated her!
Tyler!
You're not listening to this, are you?
Be smart about this, Alyson. Are you sure you want this to get out? You've got way more here to lose than he does. His name will be all but cleared, but you'll be a killer. What will your uncle say? And Michael? Well, the whole town might turn on you.
Don't touch her.
You know I'm right.
Just get out of here, Tom. Tyler and I need to talk alone.
Just please. Think
They would
twice
stay
before
there?
making any rash decisions. There are a whole lot of lives at stake here.
We're going to a hotel tonight, okay?
Leave us
This
the
man might
fuck
come
alone.
back here and like try to
And
burn
never
it
come
down.
back!
You made him call the police? Ooh, look at how it gets. Is that like snow on the ice or on the water?
Allie,
That is
You okay?
dangerous.
you didn't let that asshole get to you, did you? Did you?
What if he's right? I've been having all these nightmares about that night, and they were a lot like how Tom said. And now, when I try to remember, that's all I can see.
He's trying to mess with your head, and you're letting it work.
Exactly.
No, it's more than that. Ever since we started digging, I haven't been able to shake this feeling like something's
What?
off.
Like, with you?
Something's off because he put this in your head.
What's off?
Don't let him get away with it.
He might not be lying. We keep getting things mixed up. We remember totally different versions of the past.
Those are just details. This isn't that. She was going to kill me.
I'm not so sure anymore, Tyler.
What? Well, we already know. She probably wasn't, but maybe. This is going too far. Whether she was or whether she wasn't like her intent, like you really thought your life was in you thought Tyler's life was in danger, so that's why you did what you did. You know, people being unhinged and seeing visions right next to the water at nighttime, it's just not a good mix. It don't matter who they are.
She had a gun pointed at me.
Okay.
She chased me.
Yeah.
She said she was going to kill me.
Okay.
She threatened Tom with those exact same words, with the same gun on the same pier.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you said to Eddie the other day got thrown back at me. Don't you think it's possible that happened here too?
I guess it's possible. Fuck. I don't know. And we're never gonna know the truth, are we? Because the second you walk away from something, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess at this point, you just have to decide what you believe.
Exactly. It's really
Me?
what you make it, what you
Yeah.
believe it is.
You need to start dealing, Allie. And that means coming to terms with whatever version of the past feels the most true to you.
Exactly. That is so
No more running.
true.
Whatever you choose,
If you feel like
you gotta live with it, okay?
I'll save my comments for the end. Honestly, it like, how did she feel? What really happened? You'll never know. It's in the past. At this point, we're just making false memories, okay? Honestly, it literally is whatever you believe happened. That's your belief, okay? You know, you could also believe that you were a millionaire 3 years ago and now you're here. Whatever you believe happened, okay? It is what it is. It's how you interpret things, okay? And how is she going to interpret this? Let's see.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm going to kill you!
I don't think he threatened her.
I'm going to kill you!
I don't think she would do that.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh, please. No, don't do this.
What difference does all of this make?
This isn't what
She was going to kill herself.
That's what I was.
Just herself.
Yeah.
You interrupted her and we got confused.
Are you sure?
Yes. That attic. Tyler, that was meant for us.
To find.
It was her way of explaining what she was going through. I made a horrible mistake.
Hey, it's okay. I'm here.
Okay. What would be the alternative? I'd actually be interested in knowing what the alternative to that would be. Is that a mug?
Hey, peep what I just found downstairs. What do you think? Will it have aged well, or just gone bad? Where are you at right now?
I just keep hearing her say she wasn't going to hurt you. Over and over.
We were kids.
Exactly.
We freaked out. You weren't equipped to deal with that shit.
She was just talking to you. And I killed her.
You did.
Stop.
I don't want to use our voice again. Ever.
What? Seriously?
I don't know. But I want to stop feeling like this. And I think we'll be better off without it. This morning, I kept getting these horrible visions. Of you and Marianne and Eddie.
Visions. Like our memories?
Yeah, but different. It was all my worst thoughts brought to life. You were in my bedroom saying I abandoned you. Eddie called me a snake.
I'm sorry. I should have been there for you.
It's okay. I was the one who walked out. I can't let that happen again.
I don't think it will. Something's been pushing us to find answers. And now we have them. Maybe I'm wrong. And
Without
if it stays
resources,
bad,
once again.
we can stop. But
We ain't done yet?
I really want to keep what makes us us.
Trauma? This is trauma bonding.
The Mad Hunter was forced to remain below the lake with the Moon Hag, but she did not kill him, because even reduced to just one hand, he was too useful a servant. Lo, he plotted
What do you
the day
think?
he would emerge,
Brothers and
to
sisters?
once again hunt the wise princess and
I hate
earn
this
back his
game.
left hand.
What?
Always.
What the hell?
And that is the story of how the crafty goblins rescued the wise princess from the Mad Hunter.
They didn't rescue her from nothing. If it's ending like this is dumb. This is truly dumb. They didn't rescue her from anything. They just understood a little bit more, just a little bit more of what she might have been going through. They'll never be able to hear her thoughts of what exactly was in her head that day. You know, a conversation about what led up to, you know, what was actually going to happen. Yeah. They just chose what version of the past they're going to believe right now. And they're sticking to it. Like, that's what they just made. Are we choosing to tell everyone in town that he's our father? Like, are we just left here? I don't really care, actually. I don't care. That was dumb. This whole thing. Ooh, very, very beautiful. 6 months later, let's see. Where is everyone at? 6 months to sell the house? Okay, I can see that. Oh, they didn't sell it. He looks like Detective Stabler every day. Detective Stabler's handsome, though.
One last look. I'm good to go.
He's got to fix his attitude. They all need therapy. They all need self-work. He's still a good person, but he's not healed at all yet.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, me.
House is empty. I'm getting ready to head out. So, last chance. Is there anything you want me to do while I'm in town?
Listen, Ty, you're dropping off the keys with Tina, right?
Yep. Gonna leave them at her office on my way to the ferry.
Well, that's it then.
How's Juneau?
Big and full of people, even without tourists. Michael's been writing up rules for the apartment. I need your support against his whole food policy.
Just refuse to sign anything until I get there. Okay?
Okay, but you better hurry. If he gets his way, we'll only have one small shelf for junk food.
What? Heresy. I'm gonna need like twice that just for snack cakes after my surgery next month.
I know, right? This cannot stand.
How are you?
Good, actually. Really good. You?
Same. You know, emptying the house really cleared my head out.
Thanks for doing that. The observatory really needed me this week. And after everything that happened, I just felt like I needed to keep some miles between me and Delos Crossing.
No worries. You still loving your therapist?
Gail, yes. I was actually just doing some letter writing she assigned me as homework. It really helped me get some perspective.
That sounds awesome. Did you see the article I sent you about Tom losing the election?
Ah, yes. I saw your message right before derby practice, so I didn't have time to read it. But I did cackle at the headline.
Did you picture Tom's face whenever you went in for a block?
No, but that is a great idea.
Anyways, I'm glad Tessa finally left his ass. Karma is a bitch. Did you see the article I sent you about Tom losing the election?
Ah, yes. I saw your message right before derby practice, so I didn't have time to read it. But I did cackle at the headline.
Did you picture Tom's face whenever you went in for a block?
No, but that is a great idea.
Anyways, I'm glad Tessa finally left his ass. Karma is a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna hang up now.
See you tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna take one last walk through the house and then head to the ferry.
Drive safe.
Pretty sure that's the only way possible in the old Alyson mobile.
Love you, Tyler.
Love you.
Okay, they have a good relationship. Better. Getting stronger. Oh wow, him and Eddie are getting closer. Michael. We're getting closer with Tessa. Oh wow. What is that on the bottom? Hey goblins, word in town is you guys finally sold the house. I came by tonight to help you fix what needs to be fixed, but there was nobody home. Are you gone already? Things change so fast these days. Anyway, you know where to find me if you want me to fix things. If you're still in town, it's getting late and I'm pretty tired. Oh, and I'm sorry for acting like a stupid person that I am. Everywhere I look, I think about what used to be. I've been trying to do better, but I think it might be too late for an old bear like me. Not sure if this will reach you. It's getting late. Call me if you're still around. Be safe, Sam. P.S. I wish it was easy to fix everything as a boat. He really loved her. That's sad. Juneau University.
Huh. Well, at least she finally dumped his ass.
Dearest Tyler and Alyson, I'm writing this letter from Juneau International Airport, where I will soon board a plane to Manila on a missionary assignment. I apologize for not coming in person to say goodbye, but I was called to make this decision alone and to carry it out on my own as well. I am sure you understand that sometimes we must follow without question by prompting of the Spirit. I will not be coming back to Delos Crossing for some time. Before I go, there is something I feel I must confess to you both. Perhaps because I have never found the strength to confront my husband, I have never been able to forgive Mary Ann for her betrayal. I truly did love you both like my own children. I always tried to forgive your mother for her unapologetic lifestyle. But when I discovered that you were the fruit of her affair with my Thomas, I wanted her to suffer like I was suffering. And I brought down on your house the wrath I never dared allow to unfold in mine. I have been deeply ashamed all these years, and I'm surprised how much better I feel with it out in the open. The greatest thing about the truth is the peace it brings to your life. I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. You have taught me once again how love will bring you further in life, something that Mary Ann had been trying to show me all along. Take care of each other always. In his steps, Tessa. That was a lot, Tessa. I hope you truly do find peace, because that was a lot.
Huh. Well, at least she finally dumped his ass.
Acceptance.
Sucks to suck, Thomas Anthony Fecky.
Veni Vedi loss. Delos Crossing Police Chief takes on Alaska Crime Commission. Okay. Okay, mom's room. Send picture to Alyson.
Man, seeing it empty is so weird, but at least it's the last time I'll ever have to.
That's cool. Michael, it must be a relief to finally be done with that place. Tyler, no doubt. Tyler, if traffic's not too bad, I should be back at our place around 4 p.m. Michael, haha, traffic in Delos? Only if the mailbox bandit escaped. Hey, I'm making that biscuit thing you like. Damn, on my way. I'll probably take out fire hydrants and stop signs. Don't die. I'll keep it warm. See you in a few. OMG, they are in love. Hopefully it's a safe place for him. So he's been sleeping on that couch. Dallas Crossing most wanted escapes. Fuzzy bandit puts Mail at peril once again. That's crazy. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. They used to have stuff here. Can I see something? No.
Goodbye, room. Goodbye, room. Goodbye, man on the moon? For posterity. Certainly hope the new owners are Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It.
I don't really feel emotionally invested in this. I don't feel like sad. I don't feel like crying. I don't feel like anything. I don't feel anything. I'm just literally just clicking things. I feel like it was a missed opportunity to be emotionally attached and involved in the story. It didn't come like that. I don't know. I'm more interested in, his love life than I am interested in this, I don't know, the selling of the house. What was his mom going through? Like, I don't know. I get it, but I don't know. I feel like in Life is Strange. Wait, what is it? That was it?
Well, this is goodbye for real, I guess.
I hate this game. Okay, that's it? Let me turn this down.
Hey, Aaron. It's Tyler Ronan. I thought I'd catch you on your break between sessions, but I guess you're going long with another rebel with too many causes. I know I haven't reached out since I left Fireweed, but I just wanted to say, well, you were right about grief. About it going in circles. This morning, I was out on the porch staring at the fog, and my mother, she just tumbled right out of me. But it was okay. It actually felt good to remember. Anyway, give me a call back if you get a chance. I'll see you around. And thank you.
Can I take my headphones off? Oh my gosh. So what are my thoughts on this game? Let me be honest. As a standalone game, let me think. Okay, let's think. The story in itself. Okay. Wow. Where do we start with this? Okay. The title in itself is so strong, so purposeful, and such a statement. Tell me why. Like, it's perfect. The game itself does not live up to the title. Absolutely. That's what I'll first have to say. Number 2, the story. What happened to Marianne that day, and why did she do what she decided to do? We went through all those chapters, looking through files and folders, walking around, having all these questions, reading this book about goblins, going around and looking for things and finding things in pots and walking around the house. We did all of that. At the end, I still have no clarity on why she did what she did. Because it's initially like what I said in chapter 1, like when I first thought of it, like, well, we'll never know. Okay. We choose to say that she wasn't going to hurt the children. She was just going to hurt herself. Because she was struggling. She was going through a hard time. I'm not really sure, like, what specific part of the hard time she was struggling with. Was it her mental health? Was it, providing for the children? Was it, the CPS calls? Was it the guilt of the affair? I don't know. We'll never know. Which is, once again, there's no reason. I don't know why. Okay. Let's see. The scenery, the setting, beautiful. The emotions that all the characters had. I will say, I gotta give credit to where credit's due. They definitely felt emotions. They felt, to me personally, more real emotions than true lives. Life is Strange, True Life. It's a little bit more authentic. Within saying that, I felt like a lot of these emotions were misguided and very selfish and very egotistical. I hated it. I felt like Tyler was always, trying to be the person that has to humble someone or has to put someone in their place, but it was childish. It was uncalled for. It was it lacked tact. It lacked wisdom. It just was coming from a place that's really unhealed. Okay. Then, Alyson and Tyler are people who are going through their own very separate problems, right? And I think that was really well done. I mean, it was done nicely. I'll put it that way. It was definitely done nicely. It felt more real than Life is Strange, True Colors. I felt like Tyler was going through his own sexuality. He was going through finding a place for himself, becoming comfortable with, being his self out in public and in relationships and in general in life, after having the baggage of his mother's passing and stuff like that. I also felt Alyson was going through her own stuff with the guilt of not taking the blame and I guess, really blaming herself for the, what is it called? The connection or the relationship she now has with her brother. She wanted to do more, but she didn't, and she was the chosen one who got to stay, and she never rode and visited, and she continued on. She's got her own stuff going on, but now she's also suffering with panic attacks and anxiety. She's got her own stuff going on, and I felt like that was really done nicely. Even Michael in his, pop-ups, and he's talking about, how he's got his own baggage. I mean, I really think the baggage was evenly spread throughout characters. I really freaking liked it. I felt not invested, but I could understand it a lot, and I thought that was good. Did we say the settings? I love them. I love the settings. I love the color choices. I love all of that. I even love, I guess the choices that we had in conversations and dialogue. That was pretty cool. What can I say? The pacing. The pacing at times can be very, very slow. And there's nothing wrong with slow pacing. It's just that the buyout is not worth it. There's nothing juicy enough to hang on to. I don't feel like at the end of this story, looking at the house, I did not feel sad. I felt no emotions. I wasn't crying. I wasn't like inspired, motivated. I felt nothing. I didn't feel like overwhelmed. I didn't feel drained. I literally felt nothing. But I hate this game, there wasn't enough connection with the player to Mary Ann. That's number one. The memories, they weren't doing anything. I think what also kind of plays a part in that is also that a lot of the time the memories were vaguely seen, like they were like yellow toned flashbacks, black and white. Maybe it needed to be in color. When I think of Life is Strange 2, and oh, okay, 84% completed the puzzle. When I think of the father's passing and him being brought back in the game through like a conversation. Number one, it was a meaningful conversation. Number two, it connected with, the character, and it made him be present in his role as a parent, be present in his role as someone giving life advice to Sean. That car ride scene was really beautiful, and it made me miss him. I really like that dad, and he was not in the game that long. Maybe had we had some flashbacks with Marianne, having real dialogue, real conversations, or even just seeing how she did things, it definitely would have went way better than these little memory things. I understand that they probably had to do it in this kind of way to have that power, but no, I felt like it was necessary to have flashbacks. Just like how in Life is Strange 1, Chloe, Max had flashbacks about Chloe. It was necessary. Bring the flashbacks back. Don't do that. Also, the story starts off with the player questioning, well, why was your mom bad? Like, what things did she do? Like, why did you feel like you hated this and hated this house? And why do you have so much PTSD with this? Like, why? We don't really know, so we can't really cast judgment. So we're always left tethering on like, well, maybe this, well, maybe that, you know, I see how you feel, but it could be this way. And it constantly goes that way throughout the whole game, to the point where the characters start doing it themselves too. And it's overtaxing. And in the end, we're literally creating these scenarios about this person we don't know, we don't have any attachments to. And it's just like, I don't know really anything about Marianne, and I don't really care about the character. I'm literally making up the character in my head. I don't know. What I do know is that these children are walking around being, you know, like so entitled to answers and, you know, to truths and experiences that they themselves did not participate in, but they want to know about your experience with their mom. I've never heard of that before in my life. But anyway, you can ask, but you're not guaranteed. It's not like reserved. It's not a right. Like, relax. And even then, it's still that person's perception of what actually happened and what they can remember. You know, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I do like the characters. You know, they were different. I do feel like you know, I don't know. It wasn't as heavy or as deep as it could have been. There were overtones of it, but realistically, I didn't play that type of game. I didn't play that feeling that way. I played that just understanding, but it wasn't as deep as it could have been made, you know? Also, the stories, the fairy tales. If they were goblins and, you know, adventurers as a kid, I get it. I get it. I get it. That's what they were. Okay. I did like the fairy tales, and I did like them. I the stories that they made. I actually did like them. I just didn't like the need to actually read them to do these puzzles. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Make a puzzle that's based on not reading. Make a puzzle that's based on literally just like, I don't know, something not that taxing as reading the story and recalling this, and or gathering something. There's so many other, you know, types of puzzles that you could do, you know. Just to go back to the same thing over and over again is just like, no. I feel like people who love to read stories are going to gravitate to that. But if you don't like to read stories, especially children's stories, then no. Like, make a, you know, like if you're going to make books, make it be a love story series, you know? Like, I'd love to hear that. Let me read about these different loves, you know? You know, maybe this woman, she's just, you know, she's seducing people and, you know, conning them out of their money. Like, ooh, what happens next? Like, oh my gosh, how did she do this one? You know, like, I would like to know about things like that. Someone who pretends to be rich to get to high place. Like, make, you know, things that we actually see about, like, that I'd actually click on a video to watch, you know? That's how I feel about that. Recipes in the game, I don't know why. Why? Is it just a touch of character? I don't know. It's who's writing that down? Who's actually making that? I need a picture. I don't know. That was what I felt about that. I felt for Sam. I like Sam. What else? Tell me why. We don't know why. Highlights. Like I said, the atmosphere, scenery. Okay, what would I rate this game? Basically, what would I rate it? I would definitely give this a 6 out of 10. It is what it is. It's definitely a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't replay it. It's not bad. What it is it's a time filler for me. Personally, this is my opinion. It's a time filler. But even as a time filler, I would rather fill my time with a different game that's also a time filler that could be a lot better. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great at all. Oh my gosh, finally finding out who their dad was, that was just like such a brief moment that was a letdown. Like, Tyler's holding himself back from punching him. Like, I don't know. I felt like maybe more options would have been better in this game. That would have been definitely needed. Maybe instead of having him be at our house, like, I would have liked that option, or maybe I could go to his house, his place. You know, give me something to replay. There's no replayability. It's just very linear. It's just, I don't know. Maybe Tyler doesn't get with Michael. It doesn't add anything to the story. So, I mean, like, that's not really the whole big point. So, I mean, like, who cares about that? But the whole point is that I would have liked to meet the guy, my dad, the dad, at his place. You know, how would it gone down if we had this conversation in front of Tessie or Tessa? You know, I would have liked, you know, some more options. What I will say is that chapter 3 was definitely the strongest out of all the chapters. But once again, it was still a letdown. It started off really strong with that first action scene in chapter 1, and then it just got really slow and just empty, and it just wasn't that great of a game. And, the graphics look amazing. And I'm definitely going to be uninstalling this. I would definitely not recommend this game. I don't even know. I mean, if you're going to... Okay, here's another thing. One more thing. Now, at the end, they were talking about grief and stuff like that. Out of all the quotes, out of all the dialogue with motivational speakers and TED Topics about grief and stuff like that, out of everything that you could find online about grief, like, it could have been a little bit more deeper. Maybe I didn't find that you know, what was he saying? That grief is, it's like a circle or something like that. You'll go through different emotions. There are so many quotes about grief that are really deep, that are really great. Let me see something. There's this post that I follow on what is it called? Instagram. It's like, literally, I feel like he makes, I turned my phone off. He makes 60-second videos about any topic. I think it's like the quick something or something like that, and it's very inspirational. But the point is that he does it really quickly, and it's to the point, and you get to reflect. I don't really felt like I reflected on any of that conversation. I didn't feel like I don't know. Then, you know, I thought at one point when Michael was on the couch saying that, you know, take the house money to get therapy, but don't go to, you know, Juneau. And I thought I was going to have a choice, but that didn't happen either. I'm glad I'm done with this game. But anyway, thank you so much for staying with me to play Tell Me Why. And what are your thoughts about Tell Me Why? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Have you played it before? Are you eager to play on your own? You know? I don't know. I'm interested to hear. But anyway, thank you so much. Check you out next time. Bye.